What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are returning to UC-112 as we continue Mobile Suit Gundam F90 Fastest Formula. Last time, Patsy went up against F89, and Liv got inside the mobile suit out of frustration. Also in the future, an older Help Hayden confiscated a prisoner from Berg's ship. In this episode, F90 will go up against Randiger and the GBG team. Liv will pilot the whole fighter, and in the future, Berg meets Help Hayden. So let's get into this. Universal Century 122. The Abrams captain, Waybull Gardner, meets up with the Oldsmobile Mop-Up Forces captain, Tellis Greenwell. Ensign Berg is being transferred along with the Gundam unbeknownst to him. He meets with Lieutenant Wilder Katz, who greets him but gives off an uninviting vibe. A girl tells him that he was supposed to be the Gundam pilot. A red alert goes off. The girl says her name is NFL. She is a pilot but isn't going out in the first wave. Berg is told to get into the Gundam. He launches in the F90P type. The F90P Gundam F90 Plunge type is an F90 mission pack designed for atmospheric re-entry. This mode has a mobile suit mode along with a mobile armor mode. The mobile suit has a shield on its forearm. This is designed to protect the mobile suit during re-entry and provides lift to the unit as well as control surfaces for the flight. It has extra vernier thrusters as well. Weapons include a beam cannon and Vulcan guns. He begins tearing through the Oldsmobiles. Berg switches to mobile armor mode as he begins re-entry. On Earth, they meet up with the Garuda-class ship, the Guarish. Good to see the Garuda still in use. Berg never realized that there is a simulator built into the Gundam. He shows Wooder as he looks through battle data and scrolls past the Battle of Axis and the Battle of Hong Kong. This is what Wooder meant about the Gundam having a long-standing history. However, some data seems to have been deleted. Wooder thinks it may be data that someone kept secret. Berg thinks it was the previous F90 pilot. Universal Century 112. Liv is piloting the Gundam. He wants to prove himself. A Jeong with no legs goes after him. He is currently in the B type. The F90B Gundam F90 Bombard type is a heavy bombardment type mission pack. This mobile suit can take down an entire base no problem. Movable thrusters are added to the unit to ensure it retains its mobility and speed. Weapons include a Vulcan gun, 2 large cannons on the backpack, an armed grenade launcher, missiles on the shoulders and legs, and a beam rifle. Help tells Liv to keep his distance, but he rushes in and crushes the Jeong's head. Of course, this was all a simulation. Help tells him that he fights suicidally like it is a game. He takes down the mobile suit, but doesn't consider that this fight is a part of a greater battle. This reckless approach will get you killed quickly. Help says he fights like Angelica. He is afraid of what will happen if Angelica finds out that he is letting him use the simulator. We cut to Angelica scolding Help for letting him train, as well as for taking F90 out in a joyride. He gets an urgent message. It is from Jabjam telling him to disband Team B. Patsy wonders if it is because of the incident with Liv, but it is something regarding a mission pack. Even he wasn't told too much intel on it, other than that it was called the N-Type, or Next Type. Team B will be reassigned, and a new pilot will be selected to pilot the N-Pack. However, Help knows that Jabjan wants to use Liv. He tries to beat around the bush by telling her to hang up the life of a test pilot and settle down with her son. He can't say the truth, so he does what every boomer does. In the conversation, if I don't engage with you, it doesn't exist. Jabjan has access to Liv's recent battle data from the simulator. He is reminded of another young boy who also had a certain amount of clairvoyance to him. He flashes back to the 1-year war. Jabjan tells Amado that he wished he was clairvoyant. Amado says that this is something you probably wouldn't want. He asks if it makes new types unhappy. Amado ultimately doesn't know. Back at the present, Job looks at the data on Liv and promises to the boy that he won't make him unhappy. Final testing of F90 begins. Angelica is in the K-type. The F90K Gundam F90 Keep type is designed to last long on the battlefield. It has 3 I-field generators and a beam shield on the left arm, which can also be used as a melee weapon. This is a giant tank and relies on others for offensive capabilities. Besides the standard armaments, it also uses a mega beam bazooka used by the A-type. Patsy is in a good mood because Liv told him that he wants to grow up to be a pilot just like her. I think she probably already knew that based off of, your whole character. Meanwhile, on the outskirts, Randiger and Griselda are plotting an attack. He cries for those who are about to die. Tone it down, man. Way too dramatic. As F90 and the team are training, they are suddenly attacked. It is the Nouvelle Gem 3. The RGM-86R Nouvelle Gem 3 is a modified Gem 3 originally seen in Gundam Sentinel. It has added exhaust vents to accommodate for the bigger generator. It also has enhanced sensors and added Vulcans. This can hold up to the Barzum and has been modified to a point where it is considered what EFF was trying to do when mass-producing the Gundam Mark II. These eventually replaced the Nemo for the AU, and the EFF also used this unit. This specific GBG variant has internal components found in the Jagan Normal type. It was painted black for stealth purposes. Weapons include 60mm Vulcans, a beam saber, the Mark II beam rifle, the Mark II shield, a missile pod, and a large missile launcher on the skirt. Liv can sense something ominous in regards to Liv's wingman Sierra. That is when the GM3 slices through her unit, killing Sierra. No, not Sierra. Who's Sierra? This is the GBG, or Gleam Black Guns team. Liv rushes to the hangar. There's one heavy gun left, and he wants to pilot it. Help thinks that they might as well use him, as Job is about to anyways. He heads to the hangar, but the ship is attacked. A hole almost sweeps Liv out into space. He grabs onto something quickly. The heavy gun is damaged, but he sees something under a tarp. Oh, Gundam protagonists love heavy machinery under tarps. It is the Hull Fighter. The Hull Fighter is a manned space fighter. When connected to F90, it becomes the N-Type mission pack. It is designed for the unit to be controlled by F90, but it can also be controlled from the Hull Fighter. Weapons include a machine cannon, a shield, and a beam cannon. It has other weapons once attached to F90. Angelica remembers a conversation with Sierra where she mentions a mysterious group called the Gleam Black Gun. She is fueled by anger. The Hull Fighter launches. Liv notes that it moves just like a mobile suit. As Patsy attacks GBG, Randiger joins the battle in the Tigress. Angelica notes that it is the mobile suit that bites. The GBG surrounds them. One of the mobile suits is the Full Armor Gem 3. The RGM-86R-FA Full Armor Gem 3 is a modified Gem 3 with the armor of the Full Armor Gundam added to the unit and used by GBG. This turns a GM into a unit that can hold its own against a heavy gun. It is painted black like the other GBG units. Weapons include 16mm Vulcan guns, a 316mm rocket cannon, 6 missile bays, a twin beam rifle, a shield, and a beam saber. This was all a ploy for Randiger to fight against F90. Help tells Liv to back up his mother. He must return the Hull Fighter at all costs, meaning that he should play conservative, unlike what he did in the simulator. The Keep type doesn't have good offensive weapons, so Angelica takes the beam shield and wraps it around Griselda's Tigress. The beam shield splits the Tigress in half. Randiger is just watching, taking in all the data. He is treating this like a game and not a real battle. As the group continues fighting, Help tells Patsy that they will need to go through a 2-step process that requires rebooting the Gundam. She shoots at the Tigress and takes hiding, allowing Help to update the unit remotely. Oh my god, hurry up, progress bar, people's lives are on the line. The Tigress finds the Gundam and fires, but the update is complete and is able to dodge the attack. This update allowed the unit to go 3 times normal speed. Ooh, hiding hardware behind software updates? That's such a Mac thing to do. They continue fighting, but she still has to go through the second phase, docking with the Hull Fighter. She gives the Tigress a Char kick, but the Tigress bites down, holding on to the unit. Randiger tries to fire at point-blank range, but the Hull Fighter comes in and docks, turning it into the N-Type. The F90N Gundam F90 Next type is a mission pack for F90 that allows the unit to use Psychoframe tech. The Gundam docks with the Hull Fighter to form the N-Type, which can be controlled by either the Hull Fighter cockpit or the F90's cockpit. This unit has 6 hilt funnels stored in the hilt of the beam rifle. This is used with the built-in neurocomputer, which, although not stated, most likely evolved from the biocomputer and not the Psychomu. This is where the CA3 pseudo-personality computer comes into play. Other weapons include Vulcans, a beam saber, a beam rifle, and a machine cannon. She no longer has control of the unit. Liv is controlling it. Liv says, "Don't touch my mommy!" UC-122. On Earth, Berg and the Garuda-class ship were attacked by the Oldsmobiles. Captain Gatos is in command of a Dobde-class ship. Berg is still getting used to the new team. He launches in the H-type. The F90H Gundam F90 Hover type is designed for hit-and-run attacks and is based off of the Dom. It could hover, allowing it to pick up speeds up to 480 kilometers per hour. The unit can only hover for 4 hours total. Weapons include Vulcans, a 4-tube missile pod, a 2-tube grenade pack, a shield, and a beam pistol. He makes it to the battlefield, but many of their men have gone down. F90 approaches at great speeds. Berg takes out the garrison and approaches the Dobde. The commander tries to shoot it with a gun. F90 fires, taking out the bridge of the Dobde. Their mission is complete. He heads back to the ship where he meets the mechanic, Julio Garay. He mentions that Unit 2 always got wrecked, so he expects the same from Unit 1. Help Hayden is in the hangar. Berg asks him about the fastest formula. Help approaches them and says, "If you mention that again, I will cut you." The captain of the ship, Layla Bias, tells him to knock it off. She helps Berg up. And that will do it for this episode. There are many mission packs as we power through this manga, but the N-Type certainly plays a special role in this conspiracy. Remember, Unit 2 is built off of the CA3 pseudo-personality computer that is built off of Char, hence the ability to go 3 times normal speed. Jobjana is on a mission to get kids back into the cockpit of mobile suits. We haven't seen Patsy in the future, so we will have to learn more about her past to see how her role plays into the future. Also, Randiger's pilot suit is similar to Jupiter's mobile suit pilot suits. Next time, we will see the battle between Liv and Randiger play out. We will see Liv use the new type abilities of the N-Type to its fullest, but it will change Liv's personality. We also head to UC 115. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, why fight your own battles when you could get children to do it for you? Peace.